Yo, what is going on YouTube? Lindy Endzone is back with another video. What's going on? Um, I apologize for kind of the random content lately. I kind of get all up in, I kind of get up in my own feelings and, you know, kind of, kind of jumble myself and really trying to figure out, what I want to do with my channel um, I kind of um, I kind of mix stuff up a bit, and it doesn't seem like it has a real direction. But in the coming weeks and whatnot, I really want to try and improve on that. My subscriber count's not the biggest by any means, but in no way did I think that what am I, a month, 2 months in, that I'm up to 31 subscribers. That's pretty damn cool if I can be if I can be honest. I'm sitting here and I'm watching a lot of my favorite content creators and seeing their kind of prosperity in reaching, whether it's 100 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers, and to be like, for me to be almost a third of the way to 100, it's pretty crazy. And I'm just a lot of times I'm putting random crap on my page, but people still watching, and I thank y'all for that. So I want to try and tone myself down a little bit and really focus on getting better content out there. So I'm gonna try and use my phone more often, as much as I can. Better video quality, minus the live streams, because I'm just working with what I got at the moment. Money is tight. Um, so I'm gonna get into a little bit of Eagles talk, since we're still in a kind of a time frame of figuring out this head coaching situation. We see that I think Arthur Smith took the Falcons job, I believe, and Robert Saleh is now with the New York Jets. Um, uh, According to reports, Brian Dable does not show any interest in the head coaching position for the Eagles. Um, and as far as I know so far, um, I think it's Staley. I forget his first name at the moment, but he took the Chargers job. So at the moment, there are only two vacancies left between us and the Houston Texans, and you know, as we continue to go about the days, and the hiring process obviously is pretty in depth. We've seen interviews of in excess of 7 hours. Joe Brady, for example, 7 hour interview reported with the Eagles. Josh McDaniels was reported at 6 hours. So these are there's a lot of experience and baggage for Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman to sift through in order to choose the right candidate for the job. But as of right now, it's looking like Josh McDaniels is the top candidate. I know there's very mixed opinions on this matter, but if you can kind of sift through a lot of the negatives, and for a lot of people it seems like there's nothing but negative, but I think one of the positives that can come out of this is, Josh McDaniels being in New England for the last 9 consecutive years, coming from the Belichick coaching tree, working with Bill, obviously, he would bring a sort of kind of strict structure as a head coach. We've talked about how John DeFilippo, as a quarterbacks coach, brought that to Carson Wentz. Yeah, Carson may not have liked it, but it brought out the best in him. and Josh McDaniels himself is pretty good with quarterbacks. For 7 straight seasons, I think his offense with the Patriots was number 1 in scoring, around 27, 28 points. And it is also rumored that he could bring Jared Mayo with him as a defensive coordinator, in which the defense has been top 5 consistently for the Patriots as well. So to me, when we talk about a head coach, and there's qualities that are there, and as of right now, he's looking like the favorite. It sounds to me that it's, from what I'm reading in multiple opinions and multiple reports or whatever it may be, it's kind of irritating a lot of people as to, like, really, this guy's the top candidate. He comes from an organization of cheaters and blah blah blah. I mean, Josh isn't, he's not in a very good position right now himself either. I mean, we remember how he backed out of the Colts job, kind of very sudden. He verbally agreed and then backed out of it at the last second. Stuff like that's not very attractive. But at the end of the day, he kind of brings that, like I said, that kind of structure that from a head coaching standpoint, this organization kind of needs right now, because we don't, if we think about it, we really don't have a definitive direction on where we want to go moving forward, between a quarterback problem, just letting our draft picks go and basically giving up on them. And Prince Tega Wannigo goes to the Chiefs. He signs on their practice squad. Another 6th-round pick gone, and Casey Toohill gone. Matt Leo, I think, no, it wasn't Matt Leo. It was somebody else. I can't remember. But just these draft picks that were letting go, and it's and it's funny because I think of Prince Tega Wannigo and him leaving to go to Kansas City because he wasn't given a futures contract, and one of the issues was him being a long-term project, and kind of rehabilitating from a knee injury. Well, Jordan Mailata was a long-term project because he used to be an Australian rugby player. So what's the difference? It's just stupid crap like that I don't understand. But that's it. That's it. So much on the Eagles. What I want to go into is kind of something a little bit different. As some of you may know who have watched my very early videos since day one, I kind of emphasized on how big of a basketball fan I am. Basketball was my first love growing up, and so I kind of want to also take my channel in that kind of direction as well. I've been thinking about it for a little bit now, and as weird as it may seem, the Dallas Mavericks are my favorite NBA team. They've been for quite some time. I do watch the 76ers from afar. So if you guys want, I can do a little bit of coverage on, kind of what the 76ers are up to as well. But predominantly, I might be doing some Mavericks content, and as long as you guys remain interested in the channel, I'll continue to do what I do. But with that being said, I also want to share a couple of some personal things of mine. Being that I love basketball, and to me, the greatest player ever is Michael Jordan. So it is only right that as big of a basketball fan as I am and loving Jordan, that I got my own sneaker collection. So in the next upcoming videos, I'm kind of breaking my collection up into little bits. I'll share a couple of my pairs of shoes with you guys, and let me know your thoughts. I mean, I'd love to talk sneakers. As something as simple as sneakers, I'd love to talk sneakers with you guys. Or I'm big, like I said, I'm big in basketball, so I'd love to talk about basketball as well. I'm going to be getting, like I said, I'll be getting some Mavericks content up. But let's go ahead and I'll show you guys some of the shoes I got. First one I'll bring up. I got a little story behind these. Well, kind of. My wife and I were vacationing at the time in North Carolina, and I think this is before we got married. And I found these at a spot in a mall down in the Carolinas, in North Carolina. I'm not sure what it was. I don't remember, but these are Jordan Retro 2s, the Concord colorway. I kind of like them. When I first picked them up. Pretty neat color. It's kind of like, I know there's Jordan fans out there of the Concord 11, so it's kind of the same thing. Better look at them in the box. So I wear 11 to 11 and a half personally. If I remember, the Concord 2 came out in, so this is like 2013, 2014. So they got some age to them. Now with me, when it comes to sneakers, I'm not big in the, like sometimes they'll call Jordan's GS shoes. And I think, in other words, like general sale, which means that you can get them in a pretty broad area. They're very easy to I guess acquire. So I kind of don't lean in the direction of GS sneakers. So I kind of like to go off the grid a bit and see, what I can find off of, like, just going to the mall and going to the Nike store and seeing what they have, or going into Foot Locker, places where you can get Jordans easy for, like what they run retail brand new. I kind of don't like doing that all the time. So for instance, these retro 2s, I picked them up, I think, for only $70. And as like I said, as you can see, they're in pretty damn good shape. So not a lot of creasing, and I do like to keep them as clean as possible. So that's the first pair, and then to close out the video, I'll give you guys the second pair. They're a little dirtier because yellowing is kind of hard to remove and maintain, to maintain that good, nice, clear sheen on the bottom of sneakers. And I think before you see the shoes, you might know where I'm going with these. Some of you might even know by just how I took the cover off of the sneaker. And if you guessed the Retro 11, you were right. And yeah, you can see some of the yellowing underneath. I gotta be honest. This pair I gotta clean definitely, but it's such a pain to get rid of the yellowing if you don't have the right stuff. I have to find like Crep Protect or whatever. Yeah, but let me know down in the comments. What you guys use to clean your Jordans or whatever collection of sneakers you have that are subject to yellowing. But let me know in the comments. I think for you Jordan collectors, obviously these are the 72 and 10s Retro 11. They were made to commemorate to greatest the greatest season in franchise history for the Chicago Bulls. Record-wise, the Bulls went 72-10 and won the title. So, so you can see it's kind of hard to know, but you know, from the camera, obviously. But on the inside, you'll see on the tongue it says "inspired by the most historic season led by the greatest player ever." They're not lying. But on the left and the right side here, between the red stitching, you'll see the number 72-10 for the record of the Bulls in the 95-96 season. So, yep, these are another prized collection piece to my retro Jordans. Yeah, I do definitely gotta clean them, and yeah, so that's that. These I did not get brand new. They were pre-owned, but they were very well taken care of. When it comes to me, I do not like buying a pair of Jordans if it does not come with the original box and packaging. By packaging, I mean obviously the shoe trees and the paper and the inside of the box and whatnot. So just slide this back in here, Retro 11, and that's that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out to the end of the video here. Yeah, just let me know if you guys would not mind some Mavericks content along with the Philadelphia Eagles. I know it's very odd for me being a fan of a Dallas, Texas team, as long as it's not the Cowboys, obviously, because I bleed green. But I love the Mavericks. Luka Doncic and Dirk Nowitzki. Vince Carter was there at one point. Michael Finley and Jamal Mashburn. Jerry Stackhouse, I think, was there for a little bit. So, Jason Terry, Jason Kidd. So, but yeah, as you can tell, I'm huge into basketball. But yeah, thanks again for sticking with me. This is a longer video, obviously, but yeah, I wanted to share some different stuff with y'all. But thanks again. I'll see you next time. This has been Lindy End Zone. I'm signing off for the touchdown.